Hey everyone, it's Chess Guy, and today I'm going to be showing you 5 things to not do in a chess opening. These tips are all very specific, and I'm not saying they should never do any of them because every game of chess is different. They're just things that you generally want to avoid doing. Number 1, don't block your central pawns off with the bishop. The reason why you don't want to do that is because these pawns need to go to the center to take space and to make it easier to develop your other pieces. But when you block off one of the pawns with the bishop, now it can't go forward, which makes it harder to develop and harder to take space in the center of the board. Number 2 applies specifically when your bishop is on c4 or c5 if you're playing black. If this bishop ever gets attacked, you want to drop it back to b3 so that it continues pressuring this diagonal. Even though you surrender control of this diagonal, it doesn't really matter because there's not really much here. When your bishop's on b3, it's defended by these pawns. And what you don't want to do is play b3 with a pawn because this takes away the retreating square from your bishop. Number 3 is to avoid moving your f-pawn early in the game, especially to f3 and especially before castling. The reason is because it opens your king to this diagonal, which allows you to be checked by the queen. It makes it harder to castle if there's a bishop somewhere on this diagonal, and it also takes away the best square for your knight. Number 2 is to try to develop your queen off the back rank, usually to e2, as opposed to somewhere along the back rank such as e1. The reason is because you want your rooks connected, which makes it easier to control an open file later in the game. And finally, at number 5 is to try to avoid copying your opponent's moves, especially when a capture is involved. And the reason is because the first person to make a capture is usually better off because they're more likely to have tactics. So in practice, this could be as simple as defending your central pawn instead of going after your opponent's central pawn. So that's it for this video. If you want to see more chess tips in the future, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.